Sure by then whether or not the kid is getting enough milk, and the way we know that is
You weigh in.
we separate.
I
We do that later.
Oh.
That's always fun. It takes an army of keepers because the kid is not happy. We weigh ourselves on the scale, then we lift, we all grab the kid, and then we stand on the scale. The scale goes tilt. No, but that's how we get the weight. But no, what the way we know for sure is we do a blood glucose glutaraldehyde analysis. We do a blood draw off that kid. Kid is really ecstatic about that. Not. And then we race the blood sample up to the hospital, have the lab do an analysis, and then we know the blood glucose glutaraldehyde level. It must be above a certain cutoff threshold value, or that kid isn't going to live long. We would intervene with our keepers. But no big surprise, that kid's blood glucose glutaraldehyde level was through the stratosphere. Here's what you guys want to know. The first baby giraffe born this year, the one that's laying down, it's a boy. And it's a big boy. Not the biggest giraffe we've ever had here at the San Diego Zoo. That was the incredible bulk that was born several years ago. The kid had its own solar system revolving around it.
Yeah.
Story. But, okay, oh, cool. Okay, so, but big nonetheless. So, 6 feet, 3 inches tall, 1 day after birth, 157 pounds. So essentially, poor Harriet, that's mom closest to me, she gave birth to a basketball player. We were amazed the baby boy didn't split her in half. But wait, there's more. The kid's name is Nathani, N-A-T-H-N-A-I. Yay. Okay, where we got that from is, this is very important. I'm going to beat this into your beautiful heads so much before the end of my spiel, you're going to be absolutely nauseous. I'm getting nauseous myself. Okay, it is the important fact that the San Diego Zoo, unlike so many other zoos, is not for profit. So we depend not only on you guys, but a whole team of wealthy donors, benefactors, sponsors who have been very, 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 very good to us over the years. This one family in particular, wow, they've been super generous. So we wanted to reward them for that. So we approached and said, look, that new baby giraffe, you can name the baby boy anything you want. So they're there, well, we'd like to name it after our son, Nathaniel. But they worked with us on this. They're there, you know what we think would be really cool? We're there, what? Okay, what if you know if there's an African word, an African equivalent for the name Nathaniel in African? So we checked all our books. They do make books like that. They're so cool, so interesting. And we found in Swahili, there is an African equivalent for Nathaniel, and it is Nathani. So that's why that kid has the name, the boy. The baby on the right is named Nathani. But wait, there's more. 2 or 3 weeks later, our other breeding female, okay, where the heck did she?
Behind over there?
No. Yeah, it must be the one over. Stop running, you'll live longer. Stop running. God, I'm so glad I don't have any kids of my own that I'm aware of. Okay, so the giraffe that, oh gosh, Fred, leave her alone. The giraffe that Fred just displaced, she's walking away, that's Dami Bella. Dami Bella was pregnant with her first baby of all time, and she was in heavy labor on Sunday, the 19th of May. The concern we had was it was raining that day. Not a heavy rain, but a steady rain. So as a result, this whole darn exhibit was transformed into a virtual quagmire. And I don't mean Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. So we didn't want her to drop her kid in a mud puddle. So fortunately, Dami Bella, the one that's walking left to right there, she's extremely gullible, I mean cooperative. So we lured her inside the barn and locked her inside the barn because conditions in there, like my sense of humor, are extremely dry. So sure enough, 1:30, kid pops out. Then we're really concerned. Oh my God, is she going to take good care of her kid? Will she nurse it properly? Are we going to have to call in Giraffe Child Protective Services? And it was a valid concern because the kid stood up, but every time the kid went underneath, oh yeah, this is Dami right here, went underneath Dami to try to nurse, Dami would be there, hey, what are you doing down there? Leave those alone. Get away from me, kid, you bother me. So we're there, oy vey, and we're not even Jewish. Okay, get ready. We need to call in our hoofstock nursery keepers, get them to start thawing out that giraffe milk formula. They may need to bottle feed that kid who just passed right by her. That's the second baby, stopped at the Palapa Tower. But fortunately, we held off. We waited. we gave Dommy Bella, right there, the one closest to me, the benefit of the doubt. And it's a good thing we did, because I'm the last keeper in this area. I was watching what was going on in the barn with her and her kid on closed circuit television camera, so I wouldn't disturb her with my big ugly face. There is a window there, but I was nowhere near it, on the other side. And at 4 o'clock, the kid went underneath Mom, and unfortunately the camera's mounted in the ceiling of the barn, 25 feet off the ground, because Fred Zilla, the one at the other Ploppa Tower that's making more job security for his keepers right now, keep pooping, Fred. He goes into that barn on occasion. He will destroy anything he comes in contact with. So the camera has to be high mounted, but the problem with that is, I saw the kid go underneath Mommy Dom Bella, but after that I couldn't see what was happening. Dommy Bella's body was blocking my view. So the kid searching. At least the kid was at the rear end of Mom, was in the right church, just needs to find the right pew. Suddenly the kid stopped moving, and Dommy didn't flinch. And I'm there, yes, it's a pretty good sign. The kid found a nipple, a teat, it's nursing. So this went on for 3 whole minutes. Then the kid came out, and what I was trying to see on the kid's muzzle was a white mustache. I'm totally serious about that. The problem, camera angle was all wrong. They're looking down, but I did see the kid licking its lips. So I'm there, yes. Happened 2 more times. So by 4:30, I radioed my supervisor. She was still on board, said, look, this is what I've seen. What do you think? Do we still need to call in the troops, the Hoofstock nursery keepers? I'll help them separate that kid from Mom. We know how to do it safely. And have them bottle feed the kid. What do you think? She said, no. I have a good feeling what you saw was 3 truly successful nursing sessions. Let's hold off. We'll find out for sure tomorrow when we do a physical. We were so worried on such needles and pins, we didn't even wait a full 24 hours. Sue us. We waited 22. At 11:30, separated that kid right there, one close to me, from Mom, Dommy Bella right there. And yes, blood glucose glutaraldehyde level was 146 for those of you that are into that sort of thing, far above the cutoff threshold limit value where we become concerned if it was below. And ladies, second baby's a little girl. We have one of each now. So cool. And a big girl. Oh, that's cool. Nathani's nursing from Harriet. What makes that so cool, that's not happening too much anymore because the kid is getting to such an age, he's slowly being weaned off of milk. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. That's pretty cool. Those of you with cameras and stuff, take pictures. That's pretty cool because now you can see Harriet's getting annoyed. No, she's okay. But yeah, I digress, but I thought that's pretty cool. So anyways, big girl, not as big as the boy, but so big, a veritable Amazonian. We wanted to name her Wonder Woman. That'll never happen. 6 feet, 1 inch tall, 154 pounds, and she has a name, and it was named after one of our wealthy donors. What happened was, we put out an email to our wealthy donors, benefactors, sponsors of record. Hey, now we have a baby giraffe, no name. You can name that baby girl giraffe anything you want if the price is right, which is code, of course, for if you cut us a big enough check with lots and lots of zeros. This is how we do it. So yes, this wealthy lady stepped forward and says, yes, I would love to name that baby girl giraffe after myself. Hey, you can name the girl giraffe anything you want. Come on down. So there was a big ceremony. All these representatives from our development department who are responsible for generating funding for us were in attendance. And this woman is there, let me write out this check. She's writing it, and all the development department reps are watching. They're, oh my God, do you see all the zeros on that check? Whoa. So yes, she's there. Well, yeah, I was excited too. She's there, will this be enough? All the development department representatives collectively look like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. Oh, look at the size of this check. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can name the kid whatever you want. Ooh, we got a big check. So, the girl's name is Carol. Because that's the lady's name. Or, as I've been reprimanded from our public relations department, we really have to overemphasize the cutesy aspect of something like this. Her name is correctly pronounced Carol. Oh, that hurts. So, what makes this, I'm serious, I'm totally serious. Okay, so what makes this so cool, it's like all of you and myself, we've all won the lottery collectively. And this is, well, I don't mean to brag or anything, but this is kind of a major milestone for an old fart like me. Yeah, I know, it's pretty funny. Exactly today, thank you God, I've been working here at the zoo exactly today 27 years.
Wow.
It's a miracle. Thank you. Most people didn't think I'd last 27 minutes around this place. I was one of them. I still am. So, in the 27 years, it's been my pleasure and privilege to be a keeper here at the zoo. Thank you, God. I can't remember there ever being two baby giraffes on exhibit at the same time, especially this close in age. Look at them, man. They look like bookends or something. So enjoy this while you can, folks. Laws of probably dictate it won't be until hell freezes over or something that this will happen again. So take lots of pictures. Enjoy. But hey, I digress. Before I bore you guys even more to tears than I probably have already, I'm boring myself. At this time, my lovely zoo management would like to emphasize three very key critical points to you very patient zoo visitors. The first of which is essentially a no-brainer. Even for a stupid old fart idiot like me, it's the fact that many animal species are incredibly endangered. No, Don, do you think? Thank you, Captain Obvious. Thank you for the newsflash, Walter Cronkite. In the case of the 9 living subspecies of giraffes, only one of them, the Angolan subspecies, unlike my mental state, their population status in Africa is stable. 2 of them, the Maasai, these guys right here, and the South African subspecies, their population status was in question, so they just completed a population count of the Maasai, these guys in Africa, and unfortunately, everybody, the numbers didn't pan out. Numbers took a precipitous dip, so it looks like their status will go from stable to vulnerable. That's the next step down. So sad. The other 6 living subspecies of giraffes I haven't covered yet. They're either vulnerable, or next step below that is threatened, or next step down is endangered. The reticulated subspecies just went to that. My God, it's been almost a year now. November of last year, they completed a population count on them, and 2 of them, the Nubians and the Kordofans, they're critically endangered. Here's why. So glad you asked, okay? The first reason is the usual big bugaboo that's unfortunately affecting so many animal species throughout our planet. It's habitat destruction. And hey guys, before I go any further, I need to really be serious now. So let me rotate around on my big fat butt so I make eye contact with everybody, because I need to make every single one of you lovely guests here aware that every single employee here at the zoo is aware, every employee, from upper zoo management all the way down to a lowly professional animal poop picker-upper like me, we are all aware and we are completely sympathetic to what's going on right now in Africa. What's happening to the poor African natives, the indigenous populations, the local folks. My God, everybody, mass political unrest, mass famine, mass starvation. The natives there are dying in huge numbers. It is a human tragedy of unprecedented proportions. We are aware of it and we are completely sympathetic here because, and I'm going to apologize right now, guys, I'm sorry, because I know a lot of you out in the audience are not going to agree with the next thing I'm going to say. Newsflash, you want to work here at the San Diego Zoo, you have to be on board with this, you have to be on the same page. And that is the firm belief of every single employee here that human life is always more important than animal life. There, I said it. If you want to disagree with that, to paraphrase one of my favorite singers, Bobby Brown, that's your prerogative. Okay, you want to work here at the zoo, you have to be on board with that because it is the ethically correct stance to take. It is the morally right thing to do. Okay, that being said, let me get off my soapbox. I'll be with you in a moment. The first thing those poor natives are doing in Africa to try and turn things around for themselves so they don't starve to death, they're converting large areas of natural habitat in Africa into farmland so now they can grow crops to feed themselves, their families, their friends, their villages. You get the idea? Next act of desperation. Check it out right here. They found out several years ago if they burn the trees that these towering titans normally forage off in the wild, not these metal poles. It's typically African acacia. The burning process transforms those trees into charcoal for which there is a market. They're able to sell the charcoal, make some money, so now they can buy food to feed themselves, their families, their friends, villages. You get the idea? Next act of desperation. And, oh, fudge. Where did from where I'm standing, I don't see any gazelles out in the middle of the exhibit. I see one down at the end. Okay. They're now, so they can keep from starving, they're setting wire snare traps. The natives are setting wire snare traps with the intention of capturing small animals, like gazelles, deer, antelope, things like that. The problem is, everybody, the snare traps are not species specific. They do not have on each of them little signs saying, deer, gazelles, antelope only, no giraffes. So the sad thing is now what's happening a lot is the giraffes are getting caught in the snare traps. But since they're so much larger and more powerful, then, yeah, I know, enjoy it while you can. Take a picture, it'll last longer. That's, yeah, okay. Yes, it is disgusting, isn't it?
He's drinking
Thank
the other
you for the
giraffe's
comedic
pee.
relief, Freaky Fred. Okay. But now back to our regularly scheduled program after that gross interlude. Fred, give it up. We have children present. Knock it off. Okay? Or no soup for you. I mean, I won't let you binge watch Game of Thrones tonight. Okay. So the problem is the giraffes are getting caught in the snare traps since they're so much larger, more powerful than a gazelle. Do you think they're usually able to free themselves? But as they say, folks, the damage is done. As a minimum, they come away with a nasty cut on their legs, right above their hooves. It sure as heck is going to become infected, and it's painful. What that means is when danger threatens, like lions and tigers and bears, I mean lions, African hunting dogs, jackals, cheetahs, leopards, hyenas, things like that, the giraffes fall easy prey, easy victim to those predatory animals who capture them, kill them, and eat them. It is what it is, everybody. Survival of the fittest, laws of the jungle. But hey, God bless you for your patience. I've saved the worst part to last. This is not the fault of the African natives. This is the fault of the most absolutely evil, vile, nasty, disgusting people I could ever possibly imagine. I absolutely hate them, just like my landlord. They are called poachers. What these darn poachers are doing now with high-powered rifles, they're going out into the African wild and they're killing just about every single type of African animal they can find, including these poor giraffes. Because after they kill them, I'm sorry, this is so disgusting, so gross, so nasty. After they kill them, they cut up their bodies into huge chunks of meat, which they then sell as part of the illegal African bushmeat trade on the black market. The poor African natives, it's not their fault. They don't know any better. My God, they're starving to death. They're there, oh, so hungry, need food, starving. Oh, look, check it out. Those guys over there are selling some meat. Don't know where it comes from, really don't care, because we're starving to get death, have a little bit of money, so the African natives go over, they buy some of the illegal African bushmeat, so they don't starve to death, but in that way they unknowingly, unintentionally, accidentally, inadvertently support those darn poachers who go right back out of the African wild and kill more African animals. It's a vicious cycle, okay? But hey guys, check it out. Despite whatever my co-workers may have already told you, I ain't Captain Buzzkill, okay? I think we're all here to have fun today at the World Famous San Diego Zoo, are we not? So I ain't gonna leave you guys in a major downer, bummer, or buzzkill. That ain't kosher, that ain't copacetic, that ain't cool. I'm so very definitely right now gonna try to turn all the frowns I'll be with you after my spiel. Hold that thought. I gotta get through this or I'll get fired. Okay, I'm gonna try to desperately turn all the frowns I've caused in the audience upside down as we go into, notice the segue please, critical point number 2. The fact that we here at the San Diego Zoo, we're more than just a zoo, we're a conservation organization dedicated to programs that'll bring back to the brink of extinction critically endangered species such as my career, such as these animals here, sorry about that. And the best proof I can show you right now to support that claim, there they are right too, with their cute little butts showing to you, the 2 little cutie patootie babies born earlier this year, very successful breeding program, thanks to our resident stud muffin Fred and our breeding female giraffes. But what we're even more proud of than our successful breeding program, sorry Fred, is the fact that since we are now San Diego Zoo Global, we're helping to establish, maintain, support, and operate animal preserve sanctuaries and refuges throughout the entire world, including in Africa, where these guys come from. Here's the cool part about that. By helping to set up these preserves, sanctuaries, refuges for animals there, we are providing the African natives with a brand new source of jobs jobs. Because, newsflash everybody, tourism is becoming super big business in Africa. A lot of people, including this old fart right here, it's on my long and ever-growing bucket list. Why do people want to go to Africa? So they can see these really cool animals in their natural habitat. So what that means is you have to hire from the local African natives, people to staff the lodges where all those tourists are going to stay at. You need to hire African natives to function as cooks, cook the breakfast, lunch, and dinners for all those tourists. You need to hire them as drivers to drive the vehicles out in the wild. See these guys in natural habitat, and you darn well better sure also have in those vehicles somebody who, unlike me, can talk intelligently about the animals, share with the tourists all sorts of fascinating factoids about their natural history, relay all sorts of amusing anecdotal stories, and yes, we are hiring also the necessary evil, so to speak, game wardens and rangers from the African natives to protect these poor guys from the poachers, and yes, I always get asked all the time, we are equipping those game wardens and rangers we hire from the African native population, high-powered weaponry, because that's what the poachers are packing. And the sick part about this is now, the poachers are not only firing at the animals, they're firing at the game wardens and rangers we hire, because they're claiming, oh, those darn game wardens and rangers, they're depriving us of our livelihood. Geez, get over it. find a new line of work, find a new hobby, stop killing these animals. So it's a little shooting war. People are dying over these animals. It's so sad. Sorry guys, you couldn't pay me enough to be one of those game wardens and rangers, but it is nonetheless another job opportunity for the African natives to keep from starving to death. But hey guys, thank you for your patience. I want to assure you now, this extremely painful tooth pulling exercise I call my talk is almost at an end. Yay! Because we are now entering the third and final key critical point, and the super cool part about that is it concerns each and every single one of you lovely guests here today. Because, and my God everybody, if you remember anything from my incredibly boring spiel, aside from the fact that this old fart has a terminal case of diarrhea of the mouth, seriously, my parents, God rest their soul, always accused me of that. You're right, Mom and Dad. If you remember anything, please remember this. This is the big one. Our zoo here, this world famous San Diego Zoo, unlike so many other zoos throughout the world, we are, wait for it, okay, that's long enough. We are not for profit. Yes. So what that means is all the money which you guys are spending here today, and thank you for that, folks, from the heart of every single employee here at the zoo, including myself, we cannot thank you enough for your financial support and contributions, because since we're not for profit, we take all the money which you're spending here today and we turn it right around to support animal conservation research and breeding programs for species in trouble here at our zoo. Note the cute little baby giraffes again. Yes. Also up at our sister facility north from here, the Safari Park. But once again, more importantly, since we are now San Diego Zoo, global and animal preserves, sanctuaries, and refuges throughout the entire world. So, the final take-home message, the literal bottom line for today is big pregnant pause. Okay, that's long enough. So far as we know, none of the female giraffes are pregnant at this time. Fred, get to work. Final bottom line is, we cannot thank you enough. We absolutely cannot do any of our programs to help out animal species in trouble at all without your financial support, without each and every single one of you lovely guests being here today. So God bless each and every single one of you. You're all quite literally heroes to wildlife, wildlife heroes. And once again, from the heart of every single employee at the zoo, including me, thank you so much for being here today. This means so much to us because we cannot do anything we can to help these animals without you folks being here, without your financial support and contribution. So on that note, if any of you are still alive, and I know where I'm going to go first, if any of you are still awake, if you're not regretting having come to the 3:30 keeper talk, I'm going to entertain questions at this time. And the first one, yes, how can I help you? Thanks for your patience.
Is the black market something what? Is the black market a place where you sell illegal stuff?
Oh, black market. Yeah, I thought he said black maggot. I'm sorry, I don't speak Chinese. Yeah, basically a black market is where you sell stuff that's illegal. Now we'll just keep it nice and simple.
Oh, until you don't look like a big foot.
Okay, well thank you. My ex-wife would beg to differ with you on that, but that's another story. But thank you, you're too kind. So thank you for your question.